I was reading an article today, or actually the other day, by Greg Shackles, and he pointed out that apparently now in .NET Core 2.1, you can write global tools with F Sharp, and you can very quickly and easily install them. So I wanted to show you how to do this with a familiar example. So I'm going to do it with we're going to create something called fsCat, which is going to be based off of the cat command line utility. So cat, if you don't already know, is a very simple command line utility that lets you display the contents of the files. You pretty much put cat hello.txt or whatever file name and it will display it. If you gave it multiple file names, it would show you the contents of multiple files. In this case, I'm going to add a little new line. Let's do it again. And we can see we have two hello worlds. So let's create it in F Sharp. Let's do that. So we're going to use the .NET command line utility. We're going to use .NET New. And just to kind of give you a really quick overview of this, let's resize it a little bit. All right. Okay, so you can see there's a few options. You can do console, applications, class libraries, ASP.NET stuff. I mean, there's a lot of things. What we're going to do is we're going to do a very simple console program, and we're going to choose the F Sharp language. By default, everything is C Sharp. So let's do this. We're going to do .NET new console, and we are going to specify the language as F Sharp. All right, now that's going to create two files when we're done. All right, we have those two files. All right, let's make this a little bit bigger. Come back down. All right, cool. So here's our first file. This is our program. It is by default a hello world. We have our little printf, and this is our main function, which is the entry point. We need a little tag to tag that up. It also, by default, provides some command line arguments in this argv. If you look over at the right-hand side here, you have Ionide, which is the F Sharp editor for Visual Studio Code. In my setup, it's showing me the signature for this function. In addition, we also have this, let's get rid of this, we have this project file, which is a very simple XML file. Now, what Greg does in his example, and we're going to do that with ours too, is he adds two things to the project file. And let's grab them here. All right. And he is going to paste it here. Okay. The first one is this root namespace. All right. Now that root namespace is, we're going to set that to fsCat here. And the second is the pack as tool, which is going to tell the .NET Core tool that we're going to create a command line utility. Or that's how we want to package it up anyway. All right, so first things first, we actually want this thing to read some files. All right, so first thing we'll do is we will loop over our arguments. It is in a string array, so we can just loop over it like so. And then we want to print out the contents. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a system.io.file.read. Come on, IntelliSense, help me out. Was it read all text? Come on. There you go, read all text. All right, and then we feed it the file name. All right, let's just assign that. We'll call that content. And then we will just print f that content. We're going to use a little string placeholder. Not really going to put anything in front of it. And we're going to do like so. All right, great. So that should be enough to fulfill our example. So let's give that a shot. We're going to clear this out. Now, in order to test it, I am, to compile it and run it at the same time, I'm just going to use the .NET run command. And I am going to feed it the hello.txt twice, just like I did with the previous cat example. So give it a couple seconds for it to run, and there we go. Now, the one thing I noticed that was a little different was we don't have the extra new line. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of this little n. Let's do that again. Almost there, right? Okay, great. Yeah, so that works. All right, so this is a very simple example, and the whole point of this is just to show you how we can package this thing up. So let's go back to Greg's example here. All right, so what does he say in this article? All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to use the .NET Pack command line utility. We're going to specify that we're going to use the release mode rather than the debug mode, and we're going to package it up as a NuGet package. All right, so let's do that. So we're going to do .NET Pack. We're going to specify the release mode, and we're going to do new package. All right, so while it's doing that, what you're going to notice is over here, it is going to create a folder with our package. And if we expand it out, we see fsCat. It's set to version 1 by default. All right, now we've packaged it up into a single file that we could upload to the global NuGet library, so that we could install it anywhere. Now, if we want to install this, this is a part 2. We would use the .NET tool install command line utility. So let's try this out. So we're doing what? .NET tool install. Now for this particular case, we're going to do an add source. We're going to tell it that we don't want to get it from the global NuGet package, the global NuGet library. We want to get it from our local folder instead. But by specifying the -G option, we're going to tell it we want to install it globally throughout our system so that we can use it wherever. So let's give that a shot. All right, so let's come over here. We're going to say .NET tool install. I think that was an add source. Add source. We're going to throw in the NuGet package, and then what was that? -G, and then we're going to say fsCat because that is what we're installing. All right, and again, give it a couple of seconds, and there we go. We have this tool called fsCat. So I should be able to now, go to a brand new terminal window. I'm gonna go to a totally unrelated directory. Let's see, I have a bunch of stuff here. Yeah, let's go to my Elm directory, and I'm gonna run fsCat on hello.elm. Yeah, cool, that works. And I should be able to run it also on 2 files, just like cat. So yeah, we have the hello world Elm and this other JSON file. So we have a very simple approximation of cat, and we did it pretty quickly. So this is going to be a really great tool for us to create some pretty awesome command line utilities. All right, until next time, take care.